is just, they do the inspection and stuff on the project, which is normal for any project. And then the other one is amendment to this. The contract's not anymore, it's just the money might be in different areas of the contract.
Did you get the amounts?
The emails about what?
The amounts of what those contracts are? Did you?
I don't know I did. Okay. Cause
One's 435, the other one's 274.
okay.
Yeah, one's, this is 435.
And that one didn't, it's just out.
Right, and the other one was 2.
270, it's on page 23. 274,
274, 976, 48.
So you'll say those amounts when we announce
I
that.
can, yeah. Are you ready?
Watch you.
Call to order Board of Works for November 22nd. Need approval of the November 8th minutes.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Department head reports, Police Department.
Board members, Mr. Mayor, Chief Hillenbrand, Vincennes Police Department. Monthly updated report from the Vincennes Police Department. Total service calls for the year so far is 9,413. Total number of incidents or service calls as of our last meeting, 792. Also, since our last meeting, 39 adult arrests, 5 juvenile arrests, and 13 cases had been sent to the prosecutor's office. The Vincennes Police Department currently has 5 openings. The Merit Board recently completed oral interviews, and there are 5 remaining applicants. And their information is being sent actually tomorrow to be forwarded for background investigations. We've recently received 2 more Dodge Durangos from Yoakams. This brings a total of receiving 4 of the total 15 vehicles that we're supposed to receive. The other 11 vehicles had to be reordered because they were unable to fulfill those orders from 2021. So we'll actually be receiving 2022 Ram 1500s. However, they're not expected to get those in until late spring. Upcoming events for the police department, we have our final books and breakfast at Flagey Elementary on December 3rd. Of course, the books and breakfast, the police department's part of the COSUP grant that partners with the police department with Good Samaritan Hospital. We have the Christmas in the Park on December 3rd and 4th from 6 to 9. The annual police and fire bell ringing contest on Friday, December 3rd from 10 to 8. I'd like it noted that the police department has not lost as of yet, so. Then we have also the downtown Christmas parade scheduled for December 10th. And of course, Shop with a Cop is December 14th at 9 a.m. So you may want to avoid Walmart at about 9 a.m. on Tuesday, December 14th. We're still working out the logistics a little bit with Pace due to some COVID concerns. We're looking at possibly doing 2 shopping experiences to kind of break the young ones up, to not have as many there at that time. But that'll all be finalized and worked out before the 14th.
Okay.
Great. Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Next is Bryce Street.
Bryce Anderson, Street Department. We are on our 3rd week of leaf pickup. It's been rather spotty, but it's at least consistent. So we're staying with it.
Okay.
Coming down.
Chris is not here because he's out working in the park on the shelter house. JP's out. So no old business. New business is, first up is Vincent's Historical Half Marathon request. Ally Bo.
Hi guys, thank you for having us. I'm Allie Bobe, and this is my brother Joe Bobe. We're with the Rotary Young Leaders of Vincennes, a new organization in Vincennes. It's probably been about 8 months in the works. We are coming and proposing for next year. We want to put on a historic half marathon in Vincennes. This is to raise money for our organization to give back to local clubs in needs and organizations in need. And also to work on city beautification projects within Vincennes. So we're coming here to just request help from the city, the police department, the fire department, to help monitor some of the busier crosswalks of the race, also just assistance in maintenance and beautification of the path itself. And just any support that we can get in it. So I'm going to let Joe kind of explain the route for you guys, so that way you guys know where it's going, and then we're open to suggestions if you guys have any.
Okay, so we're going to start the route off in front of Old Cathedral Church at the stoplight. We're going to head north down 2nd Street all the way down to Chicago Park. At Chicago Park or Niblack Boulevard, we're going to take a left, and then we're going to curl back on that River Road. It's also called, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Yeah, and then we're going to get into Kimmel Park, and we're going to, so we can see the new remodeled Kimmel Park, and we can also look at the river, and then we're going to come out of the driveway of Kimmel Park, and we're going to go by the fire station on West St. Clair Street, and we're going to turn left on Chestnut Street and immediate right, which will take us right by the student union, and then that's going to take us down right in front of Red Skelton Museum, and then we're going to take a right on North 1st Street, and then another right on East St. Clair Street. So basically that's just going to put us right back in the middle of campus. And we're going to take the middle of campus all the way to the softball fields in front of Tecumseh Dining Center, and then we're going to get back out on Chestnut Street, and then we're going to come into in front of the Harrison House and the French Homes, and then we're going to take North 1st Street back to south, back to the Memorial Park. And that's going to take us around Patrick Henry Drive, and then we're going to and when that curves all the way around to 2nd Street going in front of Reveille, we're going to pull all the way back down to Willow Street, cut over to River Road, and Freeze Boulevard, but and that's going to pull us back by the water plant, and then we're going to take that road all the way out to Schoolhouse Road. Take Schoolhouse over to 6th Street, and then take 6th Street back up. And then we'd like to do a loop around, I don't know if we're cleared yet on it, but we're going to talk to the Military Museum and doing a loop around their building there so we can display the planes and everything. And then we're going to get back on the 6th Street. And then once we get to 6th and Willow, we're going to take a left. That way we avoid all the traffic for the hospital in case of any, because that's a busy 4-way. Then we're going to take a right on 4th Street. We're going to take 4th Street all the way up to Barnett. Barnett, we're going to take all the way over past Leicester Square. So we'll have to intersect at 6th Street. But at that point, it'll be the end of the race, so people will be spread out. So we can do, for traffic control, we can just have one by one. And we're going to take a cross over in front of Leicester Square to display the fitness park. And then we're going to curl over onto 11th Street. And then we're going to get right back on the 10th Street and go past the fire department. Once we get past the fire department, we're going to take a left on Main Street. Then we're going to take Main Street all the way back down to First Street, so we can end up with that nice view and get back onto First Street. We're going to take First Street up to the Parks Department, and then for the last 3/4 of the mile, we're going to end up on the Riverwalk, and then the race will end right behind Burkhart Insurance on the Riverwalk. And so with that being said, the start and end of the race will be right there on Patrick Henry Square. So we'll have plenty of parking, and that's where we tend to hold all of our end of the race activities.
Okay.
So we also intend to have a pre-race yoga on the memorial grounds. We were just given approval for that today, and then also have a post-party block party on Patrick Square. So anyways, we're really excited for this event. We think it's really going to bring a lot of people to showcase historic Vincennes, but also to support our local businesses. So we're going to try to get as many people involved as possible. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. But we love your support.
Have you talked to the police department about traffic control things?
We have not yet.
Okay.
We've talked to the fire station.
Right.
We need to talk to VU too.
Who?
VU.
So at the campus.
Yeah, we need to talk to
police,
VU still
Yeah.
too.
Right.
And is your dad leading the yoga?
He's leading the yoga. That would be pretty
Free
comical.
pizza and-
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we certainly run a number of 5Ks and et cetera at the university. I mean, they've always been very cooperative with, the two law enforcement. And it looks like you're staying within the city and the campus, so you don't really have to worry about I guess when you're out on River Road and stuff, that would be county, but.
Yeah, we thought that we might have
so
to
you might wanna
talk to the county
sheriff's
for that. Yeah.
department About that. Yeah.
Right.
They would help too. So you have an estimate of what sort of numbers you'd like to get for the race, or?
We're looking to get 300 participants for our first year. We're hoping that's going to be a pretty easy number to get. We compete in a race similar that isn't really scenic or themed. And last year, even with COVID, they had 900 participants.
Yeah.
A lot of people travel for fitness events like this and like to put them on their calendar for things to work towards. And I think we have an advantage with how beautiful of a route it is.
And flat.
And it's very
Oh,
flat.
yeah, that's true. It's
Yeah.
flat, yeah.
Your only hill is coming out of Kimmel Park, and that's not even a hill.
Kiwanis did one a few years back, and it was in November, and it was so cold.
Yeah.
So April's a much better.
Yeah, we're hoping it'll turn out okay. We thought about doing the fall, but we have a lot of events that go on in the fall in town. So
Sounds good.
anyways, we are going to leave behind some sponsorship flyers. If you guys ever inquired about it or know anybody that you think would like to participate, we're going to leave behind some of those too. Thank you.
Thank you.
So at this point, are we approving the route, or do we need to, or just approve the cooperation with the blood? I'll just make a motion that we endorse the Vincennes Historical Half Marathon and 5K and 1 mile fun run for April 30th, with the intention to collaborate with the City of Vincennes, street and police and fire departments, as well as campus police and the Knox County Sheriffs.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Next up is the Chris Kendall Market and Festival request and Pratt.
Did he pronounce that correctly?
Chris Kendall Market.
Chris Kendall Market. Just flows off your tongue.
Yep. Okay, so this is our first year for the First City Chris Kendall Market Festival, and we're starting slow with a one-day event. But what we're hoping to do is we're going to have vendors on Market Street, right there between Main and whatever that street is that curves around there in front of, do you all know where I'm talking about?
Yeah. Market Street. Patrick Henry Square.
Market Street doesn't curve, but there's the one behind it. So we're just wanting to close Market Street and put vendors on Market Street, and they're going to be there on that Friday from 12 to 8. We are also planning a Frosty Mug pub crawl, which will go down Main Street to 6 different venues. And we have gingerbread cookie decorating at the Pantheon that evening as well. I realize that is the Main Street Parade that evening, but I do not think any of our events should interfere with the parade, as it will stay on Main Street and we'll be over on Market Street with our vendor tents. We are potentially going to have food vendors as well, but not many. So we're basically just requesting, and I have done permission with the National Park Service and have received I've completed the application and received the thing to sign for permission to use that National Park space.
What's the time frame again?
12 to 8 on Friday.
12 p.m. to 8. Friday, December 10th. Okay, so we'll make a motion to approve the use of the aforementioned downtown area for the Chris Kendall Market and Festival on Friday, December 10th from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andy. Next is LPA contract, Main Street Phase 2. John Sprague, but he is not here. This contract is an LPA contract, and basically it is with SJCA, not to exceed $274,976.48, and this is basically the inspection on Phase 2 of Main Street. Every job we do like this, we hire another firm that does the inspection behind the companies actually doing the work, so.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that we approve the contract with SJCA in an amount not to exceed $274,976.48.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next is Main Street Phase 3, Amendment Number 1. This is the amendment for the contract with Lockmuller. Their original not to exceed was $435,000. This amendment neither increases or decreases this amount. It's just basically some things cost more than others, and they didn't, and then other things were cheaper, so.
It's a wash.
Yeah, it's a wash. It's not gonna cost any more or less.
There are some suggested changes, but the balance of the changes do not alter the price of the contract. Okay. So I'll make a motion that we approve amendment number 1 of Main Street Phase 3, which does not alter the original contracted amount not to exceed $435,000.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, if nothing under miscellaneous, we just need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
That's what the signature.
We're adjourned.
So Kathy, do you want me to just give you a call tomorrow, or,
Yes,
okay?
yes.
Because then we got a drawing tied to that too, that the
Okay,
council is gonna do, so.
yes, yes.
Okay, okay. Let's give you a call back.
Those were in there. They were clipped to that other one, so.
Is that-
Okay.